I have my freshly shorn.
Yeah, you look great.
Yes.
It's gonna stick around. I like it a lot.
Hell yeah.
For a hot minute was gonna try doing a little mohawky thing, but if you see, you can probably see like right here, because part of why I did is because my hair's been thinning for a couple of years. Oddly enough, right when I started having kids, it started noticeably thin.
Really?
Just draining your youth.
But it's like a bit awkward. So I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna do this.
Let me put this in the chat. Oh, there's also the one ASMR video I do like. It's just like, I beat you in the face until you go to sleep ASMR. It's just the guy punching at the camera.
I do love those.
It's very good.
I love those a whole lot.
We're on Twitch.
So welcome, Twitch. It's so good to see you. You all look great today. If I do say so myself.
You're all beautiful.
Yeah, you're all beautiful because you're here, and that's what I want to say. Is that's the number one priority for me. You know, some people they're ass man, they titty man, they feet man. I am. Are you here right now? Consuming, man. And I gotta say that's that's number one to me right there.
I mean, Tim's kink being people consuming the content he creates is pretty, that tracks.
Mm-hmm. It started off as a bit, and now it's like,
Achievable kink.
I mean, I'm so guilty of that. As someone who, I don't know if I do anything for fun anymore, or if it's all
Oh yeah,
everything is content.
Fun's for cowards is what I say. But you know, sometimes fun can be content.
Kink unlocked.
I think. How are you guys doing today on May 12th, my wife's birthday?
Oh shit!
Oh!
Ooh,
Happy birthday, wife.
Jennifer.
Yeah, she's in the other room. She'll probably log back into work in a little bit. But yeah, give her a mini happy birthdays.
Do you want us to serenade her with the most unholy of songs?
Absolutely not. No, thank you.
See, that was a win-win for me, because I got to do a nice gesture, but I knew he would say no.
Yes.
Jennifer and mine's birthdays are like opposite numbers.
Oh shit!
He's the 12th, I'm the 21st.
That's fucked up, man.
Are you Gemini?
I am a Gemini, me and Tim, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're like the same. We're like Gemini.
Truly, we're like identical.
Everyone on
twins.
Gapcast is a Taurus. And,
Oh my God!
It is my baby.
That is funny to me.
Yeah.
That is very
I mean, Nika's not, and I'm not, but both Michaels and Jennifer are, and I'm just like...
Really? You could
Capricorns.
I forget when Nika's birthday is.
I think Nika's in Aquarius, which makes
she's in
it like all Earth signs and then 2 air signs.
Hell yeah!
It's, but it's always going to be that way. You know, it is what it is, and it's always, the way that it is, and it's always there being, if that makes sense, Like, it's all good. Right? Yeah. But yeah, everyone doing well today? Everyone strong, staying healthy, going to the grocery store?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited. I also have day and date news, but it's for tomorrow. Anniversary tomorrow with Samantha.
Oh.
15 years.
Whoa.
Hell
Wow,
yeah!
that's a long time. That's almost as old as me.
Damn. Well, that's nice. That's fun. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
a spoiled Midwestern suburbanite, so all my groceries been either delivery or the pickup, where they just put it in the back of your car. You do it online.
Hell yeah!
must be nice.
It is.
Must be nice. Meanwhile, I have to stand in line as it wraps around the goddamn store. But it is what it's okay. I gotta shout out to the real heroes out there. Elon Musk.
And his baby unpronounceable symbols.
Yeah. All right, let's get the heck into it, I suppose, right? Everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Should we say who we are? I feel like we're so bad at that. We've done like one every 5 episodes.
that's good enough. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it, Pat.
Okay.
No,
All right, then.
we can if you'd like.
Dear diary, how are you? Me? I'm great. So Nash and I was doing our sweaty, shirtless training, some stretching and like some calisthenics, and Beef comes running up with a mission. We gotta find a tooth. I know, diary. You're judging me like, what kind of quest is that? But this ain't no normal tooth. It belongs to a floating skull of fire. Pretty rad. So we went over to them red cap gnomes, and Beef tried chit chatting, but they up and attacked us. So we had us a scrap. Of course, we won. Found the tooth. As a reward, Beef got to learn a new spell while Nash explained to me what spinners were. Personally, I don't see the fuss. Then we made a new friend, that big accursed unholy flesh abomination Mickey. We pulled a proverbial thorn out of his foot, and now we're buds. So we was just about to go check in with Karloff, but then these two crows approached us. We went to chat, and they turned into a pair of chubby imps. Yeah, I know, I've never seen a chubby imp before. It was kind of funny. They told us this creepy little madcap gnome monster was planning to kill our bud Lulu, and we couldn't have that. They said they put in a good word for us with Maggie. So Nash and Beef came up with a genius plan. Nash pretended to be Wazik, that's something like that's Bud. And Beef and I lured him in with a beautiful, soulful melody. I kept Lulu safe while Nash and Beef made quick work of smashing the little monster. Here's the rub, diary. After the fact, we uncovered that Lulu was not in mortal jeopardy after all, and it was them imps that Wazik wanted to kill. I hope that don't come back to haunt us later. Bye-bye. I love you.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, so you have made long-lasting friends, kind of, or at least people who are no longer your enemies. And I think in Avernus, we got to sort of appreciate that when you get it.
You're saying that, like,
my opinion.
someone not wanting to kill us is the closest thing to a friend we're gonna get.
Sometimes that's true. Like, if you make a big enough stink and someone like goes to them and is like, "Hey, where are they?" Like, they're gonna think about it for a second before they rat you out, and that's like true friendship, is my opinion.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
So, you guys have gone through and sort of ingratiated yourself to the fort, sort of hanging out there a little bit, and as you kind of wrap up the last bits of whatever tasks you were doing, and Karloff, that might be looking at the various these infernal war machines that Chukka and Clonk have sort of been describing to you, how they work and things like that, and what the whole gist is. They just seem to be like a giant soul-fueled Hellion car, or like a horseless carriage, I suppose. I mean, it's probably in various, even in the Faerun Far Realms, there's definitely like robots and stuff like that. So depending on which cities you've been to in your time, you would probably have seen machines. And these sort of look like that, but instead of using ingenuity and basic magics that tap into the weave, as all things do, this taps into infernal magics and runs on the power of souls. And each of the little cars have like little engines in there that are just kind of like moan and wail as you kind of listen to them, even when they're off. So
I hate it. I love it. I hate it. I love it.
Yeah, it's
Is it male moaning?
oh yeah. Gross.
Tim, are we gonna get to Fury Road this today?
Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Oh snap!
So, lost my place. So yeah, if there's nothing else that you want to do, you see Maggie walk out of the sort of back hut that she has in the back. Like, all right, I think I have enough. Are you all quite done? You all look like shit.
Damn, called out.
Rude.
This is the best place I've ever been to. This place is so wonderful.
I love it. I love your chutzpah and spunk.
Thank you. I don't know what that means necessarily, but I love your machines.
Thank you. Yeah, all of us here around Avernus sort of have to fend for ourselves, and well, Zariel lets us warlords sort of mind our own business as long as we don't have any issues.
Well, that's
Cool.
awfully nice.
She has sort of near where you guys ate lunch earlier today, set up some pillows on the ground, cushions, things like that, and there's like a sort of fiendish circle with inscriptions, classic glowing orange runes type shit on the ground. In the cushions, there's also two skulls on the circle, and she goes, "Ha! I think my sisters won't mind helping out." And she kind of like takes the skulls and Mage hands them over and sets them down. And they sort of like sit there, and she's kind of looking at you guys to see if you laugh along with her.
I always laugh. I'm a hyena.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I get. That's a 7, so I'm gonna say I don't see no sisters.
Oh, you seem to be the muscly type with not too much going up there. I like it. I like you.
Yeah, Beef does kind of like a really uncomfortable chuckle, just like, ha 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 ha.
Well, I'm sure I can pick their brains if they're not using them. Am I right?
Hyena laughs the whole time. I'm like, constant.
I like you too. And then, so yeah, there seems to be comfortable enough cushions, and she kind of bows and gestures. Please take a little load off. What do you say?
I'm always untrusting of the scenario. Can I either history check the runes? Do I recognize them?
Sure, you can Arcana, maybe.
Arcana. Ooh, that's 22.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
you probably are surmising that this is some sort of hag pact magic that you're not entirely aware of, and you kind of chuckle to yourself, maybe, depending on Beef's sense of humor, and you sort of look around and realize you've passed by the warning signs weeks ago, where it's like, obviously in a normal situation, if you were in anything near this situation, you'd be like, red flag, red flag. Now it's just kind of like, okay, it is what it is. This hag here appears to be telling me the truth. It's you don't come up with anything that is very surprising or shocking. It turns out you are about to enter in some sort of memory ritual with a night hag, something that you knew you were doing, and something that Lulu seems to want as well.
Nice.
Oh,
All
okay.
right,
Let's
brain
sink
games.
our little cheeks down into them cushions.
Yep. Plop.
Now it might get a little intense in these dreams and memories. I don't believe you can die in them, but ooh, it will hurt. It will hurt. So I hope you all are prepared.
What we getting out of this?
Lulu's memories.
What-
Oh,
Lulu's memories. Okay.
yeah. You came to this place to find the next step on the Lulu quest, and the Lulu quest is to find the Sword of Zariel, which Lulu can't quite remember where it is.
Yeah.
She had those previous images, flashes.
Cool,
from
powerful
Torm.
sword. That's all you need to say. Got
Yeah.
it. Let's do it. I'm all in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Because Mad Maggie would be a little like, "What do you mean? What do you get out of this?" about the whole thing, because to her, you've come asking for help, and she is, expending reagents, offering assistance maybe to fugitives in a lawless land that is governed by a warlord at the top, and then various gangs, I guess you would say, at the bottom. So yeah, to her, this is sort of an equivalent exchange of information.
Cool.
Yeah,
Are any
okay.
of you guys hurt at all? Do you need healing, perhaps?
Oh.
Oh, beef might be. I mean,
In
I feel like
fact-
I just
Yeah,
always
I
assume beef
remain
is
at
fucked
full
up.
HP.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to recover after that last bit, did we? Or did we?
I just always assume
No.
beef is in a
Yeah, beef is down half
fucked
of his
uppery.
Yeah, I always assume beef has like 2 hit points left.
I'm down 13.
Hey, two sort of slaps him on the back. Yeah, brother, you don't keep yourself in better shape. We're gonna change your name to Ground Beef.
And then beef is going to pretend like he doesn't get that joke.
And hasn't heard it 57 times.
Karloff only seems to realize now that you guys were in trouble while she was just like doing car shit, and she's like, "Oh, Beef, you're not looking so great. Hold on, and I'm gonna cure wounds, and that's 1d8 plus 3. I will let you roll it."
1d8.
Plus
One.
3.
I mean, if Karloff wants to know what we've been up to, I can just hand her the diary. She can read it.
So that puts me up to 21.
Oh shit.
I rolled a
That,
1.
21 is max HP.
Karloff's gonna like furrow her brow a little bit and be like, "That's weird," and she's gonna put the other hand on you. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm
Thank you.
gonna juice you up.
All right.
I can drop one too.
Hey, that one was real good though.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Another. So hey, if max health, yes. Thank you.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Nice
I
job.
was like, I feel I could
Done
drop
it.
one on you.
Oh no, we'll need that later. Don't worry. We'll undoubtedly lose all his HP again.
Karloff gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I get one hit.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Beef. I know we haven't been traveling here that long, but like in a fight, try to stay behind the giant 6'6", 260-pound dragon man.
Or the very small hyena man.
Yeah. Like,
Listen, I'll do what I can. When we were working for the guards, they just put you out front.
yeah. Or like if you want to talk to someone, you don't have to be right up next to them. You could like stand behind me and talk around, kind of like lean out the side or something.
Honestly, I feel like I'm learning a lesson here that no one is worth talking to.
True that.
All right, so you all sit down on comfortable enough kind of black pillows, fitting the theme, I would say. Let's try to describe like I always want to call it a summoning circle, but they do so many more things than summon. That is very close-minded of me, and I would like to apologize to all the witches and warlocks out there. But yeah, it's like a magic circle on the ground. You kind of gingerly step over the threshold, and you're inside the circle. Lulu kind of floats and sits on another cushion in the center, with two skulls sort of staring at her. And Mad Maggie says, "Well, this is gonna be a little intense, but nothing that all of you can't handle, especially you, big boy. Well, okay. Couple rules: keep your arms and legs inside the dream. Escape at all times. That's a very important thing. We don't want you to, get lost and never be found again."
Oh.
That won't happen. Probably. If you do, I'll have to start over, and that might be bad. Who's to say, though? We don't know what we'll see here, but we'll try to take things slow for all of you, because, again, it might get a little weird. So, she's like, all right, close your eyes. And as you guys sort of close your eyes, a couple moments pass, and you hear Maggie kind of mumbling. Doesn't really quite sound like the way that other magic users, I guess, cast spells. But eventually, obviously the darkness, because your eyes are closed, you don't see anything. And then out of just a moment when it wasn't there, you get a tingling sensation that sweeps over your entire body. And then vibrant rainbow-like colors appear in each of your minds as sort of this first image starts to unfold. And you hear Maggie say, "All right, here we go. Remember, keep your eyes closed and do not leave the circle." So the radiant light that kind of shimmers all around you, it coalesces into more sort of solid forms. As the rich, radiant light of 100 dancing rainbows slowly dissolves, warm sunlight fills the area. Within that space, Lulu flies lazily in a lush meadow at the shoulder of a beautiful blindfolded angel. As the pair strolls through the tall green grass, the voice of the hag fills your mind. Push through this vision. It only represents what Lulu wishes what was true. We need to see more. Can everyone make an intelligence saving throw?
Yes.
We just fucking transported into Wensleydale.
It's nice. It's warm. You feel a sense of longing and hope with a slight tinge of sadness there.
That's
13.
20 for
Okay.
beef.
22.
Okay.
17.
Perfect. Oh,
Me dumb.
I won't tell you what
Bless.
the DC was or how to get past it because it was laughably easy. That's funny. Okay. Okay. That was easy. It's good. It's good to sometimes be like, read what the adventure wants, and I thought it was if someone fails, they might take damage, but it was if all of you failed. And, you guys were nowhere close to failing, so it's fine.
we carried.
But it's kind of funny because if you keep failing, you just keep getting hurt, and then eventually, like, it could be a situation where like
It was like
swords
falling
pass
down
out.
like the
Yeah.
tree branches.
Yeah, you just kind of see the dream version like of Two Swords just like fall over, and then the real life version of Two Swords just falls forward on the pillow. But we don't have to deal with that today, hopefully. The next sort of image fades back to darkness, and like, all right, this is gonna be good. A flame-encircled battlefield appears on a barren hellscape. At the center of the circle, Lulu and the angel lie unconscious and prone, horribly injured. You see yourself standing in defense of Lulu and the angel, facing outward as 6 small spine-covered devils creep closer. In the distance, a formation of battered and retreating human warriors disappears through a portal. "The devils!" hisses the hag's disembodied voice. "You must defeat those devils!" All right, everyone, let's roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing like Dreamscape
Yeah,
combat.
man, you're in
Dope.
VR now.
VR.
All right. I know Kung Fu.
For beef.
17.
I got a 15. Ooh.
Oh.
Beef.
14 was Karloff.
Yes, you got it.
And what'd you get,
15
Nash?
was Gnash. Good old 15. Lucky number.
What about you, Lord
Oh.
Beefington?
That's an 8.
Perfect. Love to.
Oh, is you royalty?
It's me.
Lord
You in the
beef.
nobility? Beef's just a nickname. His given name is Sirloin.
Boo, boo, boo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for this image here, it's pretty obvious what is happening where you are. This is when Zariel as an angel and Lulu and all the Hellriders attacked Avernus to try to put a stop to the Blood War, or as I like to call it, the Brood War, which is not its name. That's a StarCraft. And boop 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 boop. Yeah, this seems to be the moment of the failure of Elturel's defenders, I guess you'd say, or Avengers, if you will. As you see them retreating, and you hear shouts of various fallen allies who aren't quite dead, asking for aid. As these 6 devils are all around you, and some are like flying, some are crawling, and they are trying to kick your ass. And you're just in the center. 2 swords. There are 6 devils around you. Probably.
Do I see anyone that looks particularly shit? That I don't know. Like, who looks good? Who looks like they need some killing?
They all seem to be roughly the same.
Are they how far away from us are they?
They're probably like 30 feet away.
Okay.
Which one has the most punchable face?
Yeah. And I don't know what all of your hit point situation is, but you kind of realize, actually, since you're in your mind's eye, you have full health.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
Click, 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 click. Fixing
thanks for
that
the
right
heals.
now. All right. I am going to I'm gonna pick one. The one, whatever's closest to me. Run at them.
Yep. I mean, you're all around them, probably in a circle, so probably there's one pretty close to you.
Yep. Give them the all left, right, left.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 21.
That hits, actually.
Oh, good. That will do 11 slashing damage.
11 slashing damage. Okay.
That is an 11. Miss.
That misses.
And a 15.
That hits.
And that is 9 slashing damage. So 20 total slashing damage.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you notice all around you that there's various just like mounds of dead devils and demons and things like that. But who cares? Because right now you have to kind of focus on just like the ones that are kind of breaking away and attacking you. And you're able to stop this one that seems like they're about to jump and Porcupine
Slash him.
shoot Zariel and Lulu, but you just slash them and they're still up, but they look like shit.
Yeah.
Gnash, same basic
Take that.
idea.
Dream Devil.
I'm going to dart towards one that is not engaged with 2 swords right now.
Okay.
And I'm just going to give him 2 swings with my halberd.
Okay.
All right, the first one is a 14.
That hits.
Or no, 24 to hit.
Nice.
Okay, and then this is a 10, right? This is a 10? Yep. That's 10 slashing damage with that one.
Okay.
And then the second one is a 17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is another 10 slashing damage with that one.
Perfect. All right. Same basic idea. You guys are making a pretty radical ring around the bruised and battered bodies behind you. But the devils don't seem to be slacking off. Karloff, let's see what you can do. Same basic idea.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I see everybody slashing, so I want to get out my longsword and slash too. I will attack one of the demons that they are not attacking.
They're devils, so...
Oh, sorry, shit!
I mean...
Damn it. I'm so bad at D&D. All right. 18 plus 7. I assume
hits.
that hits. Okay.
you want to hit a 13.
Hell yeah.
These are your friend, the Spine Devils, the purple boys that we see every now and again.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So that is 6 damage, and I'm going to use my second attack. 12, so I missed the second one.
Okay. All right, yeah. Regardless of not dropping it and hitting it with both your attacks, you are able to make sure that it doesn't make a delicious lunch of your friend and mine, Lulu, the Holy Font.
Hell yeah.
But unfortunately, the devils kind of rally. The one in front of you, Two Swords, kind of waves its fork in your face and then friggin' bites you.
Oh.
Bite. Okay. Does a 16 attack hit? We know it doesn't.
It does not.
Uh,
I chuckle. So you shouldn't bite rocks because I'm chiseled out of stone.
Hey, hell yeah.
One of its pointy teeth breaks in your armor, but then it goes in for a second stab. Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Okay.
Oh,
You
damn.
as it is able to get through a little bit of your armor, you take 10 damage.
I don't want to. Ow. You dick.
No, I think you just take 4 damage. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you take 4 damage as you get stabbed in the gut, and it hurts. It screams in your face and is taunting you, basically saying that your excursion here will be your doom. You are failures. We will feast on angel blood tonight. And then another one sort of flies over you and shoots down at you. Gnash, one of the ones that is not a part of the 3 that you haven't engaged with, does a 19 hit you, Gnash?
Yes.
Okay. Boop. You take 4 piercing damage and 2 fire damage, so 6 total damage. As a little bit of a pew 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 comes down, and then it shoots again. This time at Karloff. Karloff does a 12 hit you.
No.
All right, you're able to dodge out of the way as these kind of burning little fire boys come out. But just then, another shrieking devil jumps up on you and does a bite on your face. Does a 17 hit?
No.
What the fuck? Oh, I forget that you have a really high AC. But then it swings around and tries to give you with its devilish fork. Does a 14 hit? We know it doesn't.
No.
Beef, you see a swirling bit of mist break apart above you as, of course I roll higher on Beef, as another spine devil shoots a little bit of spine juice your way. Does an 18 hit your AC, Beef?
Not if I shield.
Okay. Just at the last moment, your shield is able to deflect off the little spines, but it shoots at you again and it gets another 18. But,
All right.
but I think shield lasts until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, shield
Is
lasts
it-
for the other round. Yeah.
It's the whole turn. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Great.
So you're good. So you just saved who knows how much damage. I certainly don't. But,
Hell yeah.
Certainly a death amount.
yeah. Another one jumps at you, Gnash, and does a bite. I assume a 13 misses.
It truly do.
You just move your leg a little bit. And a 14 misses, I assume?
It misses. Yes.
These guys suck. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
As you're
Barely.
dodging the fork of another person, you move right in the way of a little bit of shot quills your way. As it strikes into your fleshly body, taking 7 damage, you do realize that maybe this attack was meant for Lulu, and you feel good about it for a second. Does a 17 also hit you, Gnash?
It does not.
All right. So yeah, as you kind of are able to get your senses, you can just bat away the incoming needles in such a cool fashion, and we all love it. Beef, my friend. Same basic situation. You're surrounded. Some are flying. Some are biting you and your friends. Some are trying to break past your friends and eat the delicious celestial meat that you guys are guarding.
There were a lot of attacks in that attack round.
Yeah. There should have been 12. Not saying that I did 12. And if I did 14, well, that's narrative, baby.
We take those. We truly do.
So Beef, having dodged only a single attack, and still feeling like, oh, this is not good. I'm just gonna fireball the area, which should take out everyone currently attacking one of my friends. hopefully.
Because you can sculpt, right?
Yeah, the sculpty.
So it's more like going to be like a ring of fire than a fireball.
uh,
And it
which is a
burns,
dex
burns,
save?
Yes,
Wait.
I believe it's Dex.
Dex save.
Everybody Dex now.
I always forget
A
which- is
brain
it
ring
68 or
fire.
86? 86.
I actually don't think I attacked enough on the turn, which is fine. 13, 22, 22, 6, 6, 21.
I think it's 15. So
Okay.
uh,
Go ahead and roll the damage.
15, 20, 24, and 26.
All right,
to
you let loose this huge ball of fire that is able to curve around you, your friends, and your new friends, your new best friend Zariel, and Lulu, as it curves around them and blasts face first in the face of these devils.
I just say, leave my friends alone.
As the sort of brightness, Dragon Ball Z style, and smoke disappears, you realize you've made a fatal mistake, as these are devils and they're immune to fire.
No!
Dang.
And they're kind of like
Ow,
pushed
beef.
through as though they were Vegeta.
Damn.
So rude.
I forgot it was hell.
I mean, whatever. Me allowing you to roll damage knowing that it didn't fucking matter and still rolling all my
That
attack
was
saves.
fucked up, too.
Now, welcome to hell, Brett.
Damn.
Damn, that's fucked up, isn't it? All right.
Making me count.
the real torture. Two Swords, you are up. The explosion whips around you. It's a little warm and toasty, but there still are 6 spined devils around you.
All right.
2 of which look bad. I mean, there's only one in front of you. There's probably like a second pretty close, but the one that you attacked last turn looks fucked up.
Yeah. So we're gonna attack him again. I'm gonna take Archibald, alrighty, and come in with a kind of like a. This is boxing like a jab, like stab at him, trying to get him off his guard.
Yeah.
And that's a dirty 20.
That hits, brother. How does it look
Yeah.
like when you kill this
Oh,
spined
I run
devil?
him right through. Just run him through. Like this was gonna be kind of a testing blow to kind of get his defenses up and then come in. But man, he wasn't ready for it, and it just went right through.
Yeah.
Say like between the ribs right here. You know what I mean? Like
Gross.
just and out his back.
Gross.
A little bit.
Yeah, this hot black blood streams over your little claws as this devil is just screaming in your face as it falls to the ground, feeling a death that it did not expect coming, because when devils die in Avernus, they die for good.
No!
Wait, is that bad?
You
Wait,
did
no?
for good.
Is that
So,
is that bad? Wait.
Kind of like fear to mind this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna in like a one motion like pull the right sword out.
Okay.
And do I have one within like movement distance?
You
The
so
next
do.
one.
Yeah, you probably have 4
Awesome.
that
And I'll
you're-
lunge for my second attack with Aloysius
Okay.
at the next one, the closest one to me, to my left.
Okay.
And I'll come with a slash, and that's a 17.
Okay, that hits. Do you think
Dope.
Gnash, are you to the left or right of Two Swords? Very important question. It's a big deal.
Oh no.
A la izquierda.
I don't know what the correct answer is. I am left-handed,
Okay.
so I would have. I'm left-handed, and if Gnash was left-handed and Two Swords went in like straight ahead, I would have probably gone to the left. Yes.
All right, yeah, so you see to your left Gnash just dodging, get stabbed, get shot, but the one right in front of him looks all fucked up too. So yeah, you killed the second one.
I cut his head off.
Yeah, as it
And
like bites down on Nash's halberd. Your was this Archibald or Aloysius? I'm sorry.
That was Aloysius.
Yeah, it just and the body falls lifeless, and now you have like a stuck devil's head on your halberd. Gnash. Two Swords, I believe. Do you have a third attack?
I do, but I'm gonna use it's my bonus action. Instead of that, I'm gonna use my bonus action, and I feel kind of bad for Beef because he did this cool spell, but it didn't really do anything. So
Yeah, I was all
I'm
happy about
gonna,
it. And I was just
for
like,
my bonus action, I'm gonna whip out my diary, flip to a page, hold it up, and Beef's gonna see a little picture of a kitty cat holding onto a tree branch, and it says, "Hang in there." And then you now have a D6, Brett. It's by Bardic Inspiration, and you can add that to any roll. You just hold on to that, make a note. You have 10 minutes to use it, and any roll you want, and you can add it after you roll if you want to give yourself
That's
a
I
little.
love it.
Good as hell.
Are you doing these office meetings in the diary, just like ready to go? Hell yeah! This is the best thing I could have ever imagined.
Yeah, and it works. You know, I mean, that's just, it just works.
Beef's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Yeah. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Gnash.
What else can I do, Tim?
Done so much. It's done
13
everything.
attacks and 2 bonus actions. I mean, all right. Gnash, there is one in melee distance with Karloff, which is either to your left or farther to your right. I mean, who's to say, really? And then there's 3 others that are kind of flying around and swooping into stab and shoot with their butts and stuff like that.
Okay. I am gonna pay it forward, and I'm gonna move to Karloff and double halberd strike that ugly lad.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So I got a natural 20 on the
Oh, what up? That is.
that is. So that is. Oh my gosh, math is a thing.
If you math over 16, you no longer have to do math anymore. Because it has 16 health, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yes, then I kill it.
Okay, yeah, what does it look like when you murder this one that is fighting Karloff?
Okay, so I shake my halberd a little bit so the head falls off, and then immediately go through the head of the other one, like in the mouth. Like it goes to yell, and Karloff's face, and I'm just like, "Badoop!"
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I love that.
the most classic thing of, you know, someone screaming in your face trying to bite your little nose off, Karloff. Through your mess somehow. I don't know. It smells nose. Delicious nose meat. And it goes, ah! And yeah, it like as the spear sort of jumps out of it. And just like in Game of Thrones, you see.
I can hear the noise perfectly.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
watching so many.
Oh yeah.
A-
Just like right on in there.
a red metal tongue sticks out at you, and you realize it's Gnash's spear, halberd, tip. And with this, you hear this all of the devils screaming in your ears, and the scenes fades a little bit, and you hear Maggie say, "Nice job! You guys did great. That was fun watching. I must have. I can't help, but you know that was like a little movie. I don't know what a movie is." As
I mean, I feel like I didn't do too great, but yeah, thanks.
Sugar, you did fine. It looked great. Cinematic, I think, is the term.
Yes.
The third sort of image coalesces around you into a landscape filled with thick black smoke, and the smells of death and decay expands to encompass everything. The small devils that survived the previous dream kneel before you and offer to serve you if they spare your lives. So, yeah, you find yourself in media res, I believe the term is, with the 3 remaining devils sort of like, "Please don't kill us. We will help you. We will help you." And they look to each of you.
Well, I know what Tico would do if he were here.
Yeah.
Look over to Tico.
Y'all should be really lucky we don't have our goblin buddy with us, because y'all would be dead.
Yeah.
So this is a, like, do you offer to accept their help? These people that are just trying to kill you, but now that you've bested enough of their friends, they are like, "Oh, I'll help you now. Please, don't kill me. I was just following orders, and I'll follow your orders instead."
I mean, until someone pays you to betray us, right? I mean, like, I know I'm not the I mean, am I crazy, y'all? Beef, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, we're already here with a chaperone.
Hey, you promised that there'd be no double crossies, that you'll be good little boys and girls and follow and not try to kill us?
Oh, I promise.
He promised,
Oh,
guys.
that's really good because a devil's never lied ever. So, okay, cool.
Aren't they lying? Like they follow rules, right?
Insight check. Is he lying?
Oh.
You have a D6, you can add to it.
Yeah, give me an
Well, I'll
insight.
probably do the D6 ain't even gonna help that one. I'm gonna hold on to that.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like it feels like they're telling the truth.
You know, I get a good feeling about these guys.
Yeah, I feel like devils are the ones that like follow the rules.
They're lawful evil. Demons are
Fiends.
chaotic evil.
Yeah. The demons and the fiends are the ones that are like rowdy.
I put out my hand in friendship.
Oh, don't. Can I put his hand down? No. No.
Beef, I can tell you.
Sure. We'll do maybe like a trial, like a probationary minionship.
So you are sparing all three of us. You are truly building your own devil army. I respect that so much.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so you guys you spare them?
If I told you
Beef
to go
sure.
kill Zariel, would you do it?
We tried that and you stopped us.
Because we're in the dream zone right now. So we're like in the flashback.
Oh.
Two swords.
Oh, that's right, because Zariel is
Zariel's good guy right now.
Well, y'all, this is new to me. This whole this is
We're in
reality,
dream
but it's
zone
not
now?
reality thing, like a reality within a reality. I'm still getting used to it. So, okay.
And since this is like a dream, it's sort of like as long as your hearts, each of you sort of like accept to not murder these people, then that counts. So if I get a yes from each of you, then we can move forward.
Yeah.
Or no. There's no.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
All right. As soon as Two Swords sort of begrudgingly opens their heart to be like, maybe trust these people, the third sort of dreamscape shimmers and goes back to black, and then you come back to yet another dreamscape here. You wander a vast, barren landscape of utter devastation. Black sludge rises rapidly out of the ground, enveloping your feet and gripping you tightly, overwhelming you with a horrible sense of loss. Don't let that sludge consume you, Mad Maggie says. You must push through her defenses. She must look. So this seems like this is some sort of, from what you're kind of feeling, this is like Lulu sort of trying to protect bad memories, some sort of like emotional scarring, so to speak, where, sometimes we try to protect ourselves in not the most healthy ways. We eat, like I've eaten 10 nutty bars this week. And,
It's Tuesday, Tim.
oh, sorry, this past 7 days. No.
Oh, that would have been me.
I mean, yeah.
Me.
When it's treat time, can't stop.
Yeah. I mean, well, we have more treats now because Jennifer made banana bread with chocolate, and since it's her birthday, she made a strawberry cake, which is delicious. So, gonna take a little pause on the nutty bar treats and shift over. So yeah, you guys are walking, and you sort of feel like your boots are sucking into the ground. This feels a little bit like a endurance test of like, can you maintain the emotional tolls kind of sucking you into physical or actual
Oh, we've all been practicing for this for 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so each of you, can you please? No, let's keep the previous initiative order, and we're going to start at the top again. Sorry, Karloff. Well, no, we'll go to Karloff because we did Gnash last.
Hell yeah.
Karloff, I need you. As you're kind of walking, you look down and you realize that you're sinking deeper and deeper. I need you to make either a athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Ooh. Let's see. Okay, we'll make an acrobatics.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Wait, we're sinking into black sludge.
Mm-hmm.
Artax!
I haven't watched that movie in a long time, and I will not think about it. So yeah, you fail. But as you're sort of sinking deeper in, you can start to feel needles, knives, so to speak, digging into your brain. And just right then, when you see your loving DM pull out 4d10 dice, you see above you a spined devil that you remember from the previous 2 dreams swoop down and grab your hand, trying to assist you as it's flapping its little wings. Go ahead and make another roll.
All right. That's a 17.
All right, yeah, that's enough. So yeah, between you sort of, it kind of, I don't know if this works in real life, but in my brain, like, you know, if the way you step, like if you lightly step somehow, you're not going to break surface tension as much. And with the help of the devil, you're able to sort of like pick and kind of like make sure you don't step in the really, really bad parts. So you're able to get unsludged a little bit. Beef.
Oh, thank you.
Same exact thing. You see in front of you, Karloff kind of get like lifted up. And then the devil kind of flies near you and grabs your hand to make either a strength or dex check. Athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
Yeah, I'm going to do them acrobatics there. Oh, so good. That was a 22.
Nice.
Damn.
So yeah, you're pulled out, and much like Karloff, you are able to shake off the horrible sense of loss. The more that you're kind of standing out of the sludge, Karloff, you're realizing that it's a lot firmer than you thought, and it was more of a mind thing. This is, you know, you're in Lulu's depression zone, and trying not to get sucked in to it. 2 swords to you, my friend. Athletics and acrobatics with advantage. And just because 2 swords is big and it's fun, there's two little spine boys trying to pull you out, and it's fun. We like
Athletics with advantage?
Yeah, athletics with advantage.
Oh god, this would be very, very funny if I failed this.
I want you to fail really bad.
That's first roll's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you're able to kind of shake your way out, and the horrible sense of loss, the both loss and being lost, shake from yourself, and you feel like, okay, we're still in a shitty situation, but now we have a path forward. There's something we could probably do about this, and you no longer want to be in the warm, destructive embrace of the sludge. Gnash, last but certainly not least, Dex, acrobatics, or strength athletic with hot advantage.
Athletics is with advantage or acrobatics is with advantage?
Either.
Oh, either. I rolled a 1 and a 20.
Oh, shit!
So it's a 22 total from acrobatics.
Hell yeah.
Right? Same basic idea. You're able to kind of like hop out, and you two no longer feel like there's no point of going forward, even though you are a failure. You know, sometimes when you make a fail, sometimes when you fail at a task in such a spectacular way, it feels like you can't go on. But now you kind of shake it off, and you feel like, you know what? There's a path forward.
Beef looks up and he's like, "That's my secret. I'm always failing."
As the wise bard Chumbawamba once said, you get knocked down, but you get up again.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah, Chumbawamba starts playing, and you all like it, and it's all good. All right. So as Gnash sort
I've
of
seen them in concert.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were cool before, but now
It was
I really
it was
think
at the
you're cool.
peak, and they were part of like a lineup. Chicago, like a radio station in
You
Chicago,
got to see
has a
Peak
big
Chumba?
Q101 Chicago has a concert every Christmas with like whatever is like alternative and pop. Yeah, so it was Q1 Twisted for Christmas '98. I was in like junior high, so it was like Chumbawamba, Everclear, 311.
Wait, you got to
Okay.
see 311? Jealous.
Yeah,
Damn.
but I mean, stone sober because I was like 12, 13 at the time.
Straight
so.
up. Love it.
Amazing.
Let me check something real quick. Ooh, typo in this PDF I'm looking at here. Ooh,
Adventure
awkward.
invalid.
We automatically win.
My first concert that I went to was to see Lit. You guys remember Lit? I am my own worst
Tim,
enemy.
I was about to start singing
yeah.
it.
Right?
Oh shit.
It, great band. We all love it.
And they had that incredibly, which would probably like, did they have a music video where they were like tiny and they were on Pamela Anderson or something? Like they were singing, like they were like shrunk really tiny and she was just laying there, like, and they were just having to do it was like a music video for them. I could be rich. It could be a fever dream.
This
Hell
feels
yeah.
it feels like something that both probably happened and also is a dream of, folks that age. So yeah, the fourth dream ends, and then there's the fifth sort of scene in front of you. You see Lulu resting on a black cushion in the center of an inky void. She is unconscious and alone. A beam of brilliant white light shining down upon her. Next to Lulu, a large, gleaming brass spyglass rests atop an ornately carved tripod. Lulu awakens and looks peacefully around her. Seeing the spyglass, she approaches it, pressing one eye against the eyepiece. Lulu then steps back suddenly, eyes wide, mouth open, her face alight with excitement. She cries out, "The sword! The sword! I know where it is! I know where it is!" And as this sort of version of Lulu shouts, the dream ends. You kind of feel the connection, the psychic bond that all of you have. Now that it's being taken off, it feels a little bit like a nurse unplugging your IV / like giving blood needle a little harshly. But all of you kind of made that through the whole thing without any issues. And as you kind of still keep your eyes closed after the final dream ends, you hear Lulu in the real world, or in Avernus, I guess. She can barely contain her joy as she's kind of trumpeting around. And she's like, I found it! That has to be the Bleeding Citadel. That has to be. Please, please, please. Oh, Maggie, thank you so much. And then Maggie says, all right, you can open your eyes. Seems our little elephant friend here has found the next step of her quest.
Yay! Lulu, we saw you.
I want that sword.
I want that sword.
Yeah, that was weird. It was definitely weirder than I expected, having you guys run around in my dream prisons. Sorry that you had to go to my depression zone, my hate zone, my bartering zone, and then finally my void. But we did together, and I feel like we're all such better friends now.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's true.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't worried because these are all things that already happened. So it's like it already happened. So I'm sure we would have been fine. We couldn't have died anyway. Totally not. Totally. I mean, it already happened. So like, yeah.
Keep telling
shit,
yourself
guys.
that.
I got out of that and didn't take any damage.
Oh, hey, Beef didn't take no damage. All right,
Nice.
Beef. You're getting better.
I hate it.
You're You're aging well.
Hey,
Especially because
upgraded to Wagyu.
yeah.
Be
definitely-
friends like you are rare.
Stop this.
Yeah, I will keep
no,
dropping these puns until there ain't no more meat on the bone.
No.
Oh.
No.
Wow, it's so funny. Two swords just had a heart attack. Oh my god.
Well
you
done,
can also
Two
take
Swords.
psychic
Well
damage.
done.
Lulu is sort of flying around in a circle, doing backflips, barrel rolls, things of that nature. And she seems like she has a bit more brightness in her eyes. Let me just quickly make sure there is, because there's some mechanical weirdness with this. And again, it doesn't really matter, but I like to make sure I'm following what the book says. So yeah, Lulu it's like, I remember everything. Oh, wow. That was so weird. Okay, that's what... All right, so one of the missing pieces in my memory was... I was wandering Avernus for a while, then hit a place called the Wandering Emporium. I made a friend there. His name was Mahadi. I don't know, maybe he can help us. I'm not sure. Gosh, and she sort of like keeps flitting around to like each of you, repeating some of the things you know before, saying things in a very repeatful way because she's just so excited. And then finally she sort of stops as she kind of like reiterates the little bit of her being the war mount for Zariel, mentioning the Hell Rider Yell, mentioning Yunugu trying to destroy the sword, and then she kind of gets sad for a second, and then she says, "The Zariel I knew is gone, and she's replaced by a devil with a halo of fire and vengeance. This is who I am," she told me. "When demons die, they cry out my name in terror." Those were Zariel's last words to me. But it was Zariel who sent me back. I don't know why, but maybe, just maybe, there's a little spark of goodness deep down inside her still. She's just got so obsessed with killing demons that she joined the devils to do it.
Huh.
That's deep.
That's wild.
But she didn't kill me. She didn't kill me when she got the chance. So there has to, maybe there's redemption for her. I know you want to kill her, Two Swords, but maybe you won't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He's gently stroking Squeegee, the little gelatinous cube, on his armor.
Maybe I won't have to kill her. Hmm.
Wow.
Lulu,
Maybe I will.
Lulu, do you think you could talk some sense into her if we when we find her? Do you think you could, like take her aside and be like, "Hey, remember when we were best friends and you weren't a devil?"
Oh, gosh, maybe. I don't know. It seems impossible now, but maybe once we find the sword and who knows, maybe we'll find something that can change her mind, mate. Oh, I'm both extremely hopeful and very sad that I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a jug too filled with delicious fruit juice. It feels like it's my brain fluid is leaking out everywhere.
Oh, I thought you had to pee. Sorry. Okay.
You kind of had to pee, which is weird because I don't need to pee mechanically, but when in Rome. Mad Maggie starts cackling like, "Wow, what an interesting little creature. Well, it looks like the lot of you have a little quest on your hands."
Yeah.
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 Time to
Yeah.
go grab a sword.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Maggie, I have a question. Once we get done with the Zariel thing, can I come back and work for you? Because this place is amazing, and I think I can stay here and learn a lot.
Now, I like how I wasn't sure if I was gonna find one that I liked more than the big man, but I like the way that you talk and speak and ask for things. That is great.
Yes.
We'll see if we can work something out.
Yes.
Mickey,
you.
bring over some more treats and open up the expensive wine. This is the wine that I'm able to make sure it doesn't taste like goat piss. Even though, and then her eyes sort of look at each of you and time. I like the goat piss. So a far less hoppy and more happy Mickey brings out a decanter of sort of a wine jug that sort of is glowing in a weird way, like sort of sparkly. Depending on the light, it looks like the top of like a beetle's carapace, but sometimes it's doing it in the shade as well. Sort of the ways that like diamond sellers who are trying to trick you of like, hey, look at how sparkly this diamond is. I won this off of Muhadi, the one that Lulu seems to have mentioned. I surely doubt that he was her friend. And then Lulu like, no, he was. He helped me. Like, all right, Muhadi helps people when he wants something. I'm sure you helped him some way. She's like, well, I don't think so, but if that's what you think, fine. And call me a pessimist, but I'm sure he got something out of it. Just like I got out that wonderful story of Lulu's memories. And Mad Maggie sits back and props her horrendous feeties on the table, almost knocking over the jug, but then Mickey kind of goes and catches it with his claws. And gingerly and deftly enough starts serving out each of you a cup full of this wine.
Not learning his lesson, Beef is just going to slam that cup of wine.
Buddy, you know how that shitty water that you had earlier today tasted like the best thing you've ever had? This would be good wine back in the prime material planes. It tastes slightly chilled. The flavor dances over your tongue with notes of berries, maybe a little bit of spice.
Oh, is it white or red?
It's red. It's gotta keep on.
Well then that's disgusting. Slightly chilled. Get out of here.
It's
room temp.
Well,
which is chilled here.
Right. It is about 3 degrees in here. So, it's delicious. You love it.
Hell yeah.
Guys, this is dope. Yeah.
Nice.
Can I get another glass of that?
Please do.
Karloff looks at Gnash and sort of sneakily says, like, I'm not old enough to drink.
All right, now I've got a content warning of underage rascal drinking.
You're killing devils in hell. You're gonna have a drink with us.
Yes. Don't tell my brother and sister though. Okay.
Do a little like.
Yeah, just gonna drink it.
Hell yeah. Playing a character who's young and gets to drink. Now that's fun. Now that's something I like. If you're underage at home, kids, don't drink unless your dad is being one of those cool guys. Like, you can take a sip, or your mom, you can take a sip. Or uncles. Uncles do that a lot.
Yeah, underage drinking is only for the cool kids. If you're not a cool kid,
you have to take some sort of cool kid test.
Wait, no, Josh.
At least, like,
I'm like nodding my head, like yeah.
Yeah, I'm a dad.
yeah. Only you have to be a cool kid. If you're not a cool kid, don't touch it. Don't do it.
You can only drink underage if you also smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Obviously kidding. Please.
No. Do you know what's cool, kids? No drinking, no drugs, no cussing.
No,
That's what's cool.
Yeah. Fucking do your math homework. That's what cool kids.
Yeah, cool kids do their homework.
That's the real.
Yeah.
That's what the real rebels do.
Yeah, and what we're saying
they follow
is,
the rules.
if you do your homework good, you can have a beer.
It's rad to have good grades.
You can have all the cigarettes you want if you have all A's.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Me
in college.
Do we need to say again we were joking, just in case? Don't do underage drinking, please. It's very dangerous because children are stupid.
I don't need to, Tim, because I encourage people to abstain from those things.
I'm joking. So
yeah, nothing serves as a better deterrent for children than a group of adults saying, "By the way, kids, really don't do the drugs."
Yeah.
Don't do
the drugs. They're not fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we should come up with like an acronym. about like not doing drugs and have a whole program.
Well, what I didn't tell you was that the Mad and Mad Maggie was MADD. She hates drunk driving. So Maggie is leaning back with her little gross feeties, not small, they're big actually, on the table, and she's kind of chit-chatting with you guys, but you know, she knows enough, you know, mechanically speaking. She knows enough of your secrets, right? Like, there's nothing, the big things that you normally would have hid from some of these people, you told her, meaning you're here to fuck up Zariel and you want the sword, you want to save El Terrell. So that's how I'm sort of approaching this little bit of, I guess you would say, social encounter, if you will. Don't let that be have the fear in you or anything like that. But she says, I like you, as I've said. So you're just gonna go out there and try to find this little sword?
Is it a little sword? Because I
Yeah,
don't
the
think two
little-
swords.
'cause I don't know if
wants
I'm
a little sword.
interested.
Like a cocktail sword.
Yeah, it's one of those small ones. Yeah, you get
Yeah, you put it in your martini.
But the cherries here are real big.
Oh, you got them dire cherries down here.
Real big.
Right.
Oh.
So, well, what's your plan about with getting from place to place? Avernus is not a safe area.
Oh,
Yeah, we had a real rough time walking over here. That's for sure.
That's true.
Two Swords is gonna like look from where the carts are, to Karloff, to Maggie, to where the carts are, to Karloff, to Maggie,
I
To
see
where the
you.
cards
You're
are?
not subtle, and I
to
like
Karloff.
that. From some of my associates here, while you're not part of the Knucklebone gang, I think that I could probably increase my standing amongst the other warlords of Avernus if you would do me the honor of taking one of my rides. And she kind of fans her arms out to some of the...
Can we feel Karloff vibrating?
Yes.
the table starts shaking.
You see like tears coming out through the bottom of her mask. She's so happy.
She kind of reaches into her shawl and pulls out 3 of these weird, thick coins, and she hands them to you, Two Swords. They look like this, but bigger.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think I might have a handout for that. Like, these are soul coins. They are how transactions happen in good old Avernus. So you'll need a few of those. Here you go. Here you go. And she hands them to you, Two Swords. So you guys can mark in your inventory 3 soul coins.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Two Swords is the treasure, so.
Yeah.
So one weird thing that you notice, Two Swords, when you do a touchy, you kind of feel overcome with rage.
Oh.
Just immediately
shit.
touching them, you feel like you're no longer in control. Well, you're in control, but maybe your emotions just aren't quite what they once were. You just feel like mad as hell when you're kind of holding these coins.
Damn.
I quickly put them away in the bag or something.
Mm-hmm. What's your Constitution modifier?
+8. Oh no, that's my save.
Damn.
That's my save. Sorry, it's +4.
+4. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these feel heavy, but fine. And I guess since you have a bag of holding, as soon as they go into the bag, you feel calm. And as soon as you kind of, like, Mad Maggie's just staring at you with one eye, and as soon as you slip the coins into the pouch, she just starts cackling. Look at you! You are as mad as a devil on Tuesday.
Damn.
I gave that one to you as a little bit of a Mad Maggie style joke. You probably don't want the what's the words I'm looking for? Righteous amongst you touching those as much as maybe those of you who are a little more scrupulous.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think I should be handling them being all good and stuff. So.
Basically,
I could probably touch him.
if
Yeah.
you're neutral, you'll be fine.
Hell yeah.
If you're good, it's not great. It's not bad, or is it? Who's to say? But yeah, and then I mean, two swords. You also do sort of just feel like screaming inside your head when you touched it. It was.
Whoa.
I can also provide you with some rations. I unfortunately don't have many more of my passable stuff, but here in Avernus, you don't get a lot of options to get delicious treats, and even fewer options to get things that won't kill you. So it's probably about 2 weeks worth. And again, it tastes bad, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Does
does it travel well? It looks like you might have put a little bit of jerky in here.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
that's a little bit of jerky. Don't ask me from what animal it's from. It will be better that way.
I ain't the smartest.
Hoping it was beef.
I ain't the smartest gator in the creek, but I'm getting the vibe down here in this place that as long as it won't kill us, that's as good as we can hope for when it comes to consumables.
Sometimes that's true.
Yeah, you know.
There's not like a local Avernus co-op growing like the premium goods.
Actually, there would, but they're just insufferable.
Yeah.
They're just all the people. They're just the worst.
Oh, we have an Arby's. That's okay, right?
Hell yeah.
They have an Arby's in
Oh,
hell.
I could fuck some Arby's up.
That's true. I think at this point, I'd fuck with an Arby's.
Maggie, this is so generous. Is there anything we could pay you for this?
Well, if any of Zariel's minions ask you where you've gotten these things, don't say it's from me. You've already paid me enough by giving me those juicy, delicious Lulu memories. So much sorrow, so much sadness.
Nice. Maggie, I promise I will come back and I will make you the greatest warlord with the greatest cars ever.
Well, thank you. Now, while you're out there, you might want to, watch out for the other warlords. You see, Zariel kind of just lets us do our own thing. There's a lot of money, a lot of power to be gained here on Avernus. We keep to ourselves when we need to, and we fight when we need to. Right now, me and Raga Draga have a little bit of a beef going on, so you might want to be a little more careful of him. But also...
Two swords his hand raised.
Yeah, Two Swords, talk to me, buddy.
What was that? I'm not great with names, and especially with that one you just said. What was that again?
Raga Draga.
Okay.
That's what I thought you said the first
'Cause it sounded like maybe you were coughing or something.
No.
Okay. Follow up. Will announcing ourselves or marking ourselves in a manner that shows us as being aligned with your faction help us, hurt us, or nothing us?
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. I have quite some respect around these parts.
Nice.
Except with the Ragged Dragon.
Oh, he sucks.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm the only
Risk
one that
reward.
operates a workshop, as you see here. I'm the only one with a permanent home, so they don't step out too much. Ragged Dragon thinks he can do better than me, and I'd like to see him try.
Fucking ragged.
Yeah, he sounds like a punk.
Okay.
Oh, he is. But also, you might want to watch out for the rest of them. They're a prickly bunch, to say the least.
Thank you. Can I call you boss?
Sure, call me boss. That makes sense.
Yes.
The other warlords, the soul coins I gave 2 swords there, they are very, very valuable. So they might come to steal them from you. But you guys are badasses, right?
Yes, boss.
The baddest.
Badasses.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Well, good. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, she kind of chats with you a little bit more, kind of shooting the shit, asking you about some of, your hopes and fears. But she lets you know that there are a few major Avernian warlords. She mentions Bitterbreath is a resentful, vindictive warlord who used to be a pit fiend. She doesn't know a lot about Bitterbreath. And then there's Feanor, who is actually like a human.
He's sort of dying out. He's writing this down.
Yeah.
Beta breath, Feanor.
Some sort of necromancer, maybe. She's not too sure. And then there's Princeps Kovic. This one, Maggie, is like, he's a real...
Are you trying to say princess?
Nope. Princeps
Princeps
Kovic.
with a P.
He is a real son of a bitch. And even Mad Maggie says that she hasn't had consistently positive interactions with them. She sort of describes the situation of whenever a warlord gets too powerful or too trying to break the sort of like hierarchy they have, usually they get destroyed. But there's so many smaller ones out there that they usually just have their spot taken with a power vacuum there. And then finally Ragadraga, which is the one that she's currently feuding with, and she says that he is just a real son of a bitch. He's a werebore with a lot. He is leading the Gorguts gang, and she tells you that some of her red calves have gone missing recently. So to be careful as you go along, because it hasn't been super safe near in. And actually, she's thankful that you weren't attacked on the way in. But as she kind of like gets up and leads you into the garage, she says, "Well, you're gonna be significantly louder with one of these babies." And she sort of fans her hands open, and you guys are able to make your choice of which vehicle you want.
Yes.
Looking right at Karloff.
Let me pull up the thing just to make sure I don't beef it up.
We get to pick our hell car.
Don't beef it
Yes.
up, please.
Do we want a pickup? Do we want a sedan? Do we want...
So the choices are it's the one that Chukka and Clunk and Karloff fixed. Mad Maggie says, "This one's like an armored coach. It's loud as it is cool and crushable. But I think this one would do well for you. We call it a demon grinder."
Nice.
The big thing that sort of like sticks out is its giant wheels, and on the side that makes it seem like it just chews through terrain. There's a wrecking ball hanging off the back, and 2 harpoon flingers, and also in the very front is what looks to be like a mouth that can clamp down on stuff. Now you helped fix that demon grinder, so if you wanted that one, I would be honored. We also have this one right here, and she leads you to like what you thought before was literally just a pile of scrap. Like one of the scrap walls that exist throughout this entire place. But this, as you kind of are getting closer to it, you realize it's just huge. If the other one was a carriage, this one is like a bus.
Whoa.
Damn.
This one we call a scavenger. It is a lot like the other one, but it's bigger. And this one has a grappling claw and 2 harpoon flingers as well. No teeth, but that's okay. Trying to figure out the differences.
Yeah. They're both so beautiful. I don't know how I could pick between them.
Is that just a big knife on the scavenger?
What?
I can't see the detail on the scavenger. It looks like a big knife on the side.
There's like a little grappling hook in the back, a grappling claw.
Okay.
I think it just like is an armor plate.
Yeah.
We also have this one, which is a little more nibble. It's we call them Tormenters. It's smaller, but and it's basically the same idea. Oops, I clicked wrong.
Cool.
This is what I should be showing you. Boop, boop.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we got like big, medium, small. I'm sure they all have their. It's like picking your car in a rate, and like it's like handles, speed, acceleration.
Yeah.
They all have different the slider bar, so it's like pick your pros and cons.
Yep, some of them have higher AC. Some of them have more hit points. Some of
Just
them.
those 3, Tim. Is there a 4th?
There
Maybe
are
a couple of 4ths.
yeah, she does show you to these smaller ones that would just look to you guys like motorcycles.
Nice.
Do we want to be a motorcycle gang? No.
She only has 2, and she says, I don't really want to get rid of both of these, so I don't really suggest taking one. I say between the Tormentor, Demon Grinder, or Scavenger, you won't be treated poorly.
Nice.
I'll acquiesce to the more technically minded folk.
Yes. Carlo's gonna take a look at all 3 of them.
Okay,
that's
so
possible.
let me close out this one.
Get under the hood.
Yeah, I've lost it. Where is it? Oh, fuck. Okay, so kind of looking at all of them, the Scavenger is just massive. But it doesn't seem quite as nope. I'm trying to. Sorry.
You're good.
I'm really confused by some of these stats. Oh, this okay. So the Demon Grinder just has a lot more weapons on it, comparatively. Whereas the Scavenger feels like it's more for transport, right? The Demon Grinder is just huge. Well, gargantuan is probably the better way to describe it. The Demon Grinder seems to be the best one here for like fighting, and the Scavenger is the best one for transport. So you probably don't want to set up a transportation business, but it's up to you. But it looks like both of them can carry about 8 creatures. And,
sick.
Yeah. I can probably just... Can I show you just this? The stats? I think I can. I don't know.
Hey.
Can you see the stats for him?
Stats.
Stats.
So the way that it works is
Okay, I
like,
see.
in order to be crewed, that means you have to have a person there. I believe... For many of the things, you could probably use bear for them. So
Nice.
As it kind of works top level, right? You need someone on the helm, and so that's one person to drive, right? And then you need one person on each of the weapons if you want to use them. And then that's the basic gist. Like if you want to have take advantage of one of the things that it has on it, you need to have someone there manning it.
Nice.
Wig.
Cool.
I'm leaning towards the demon grinder personally.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the best option.
I really like the demon grind. I like the way that
Okay.
sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the extra armor class on the scavenger and the extra 1 ton is probably not.
We should try to like see if we can get one of them little tiny ones and like strap it to it in case we got to like send out a scout or like send them back.
But yeah, the demon grinder weighs 12,000 pounds versus
Wow!
compared to the svelte 9,000 scavenger. The tormentor is only 3,000. But that one can only carry 4 people, so the tormentor is probably not the call.
Okay.
Even though the bear could probably be strapped in. It doesn't seem like it's any faster. It's just it's a little more dexterous, I guess. So, yeah. So all of these, its vehicles are kind of like in a weird space in 5e where they kind of like exist as creatures, but sort of have their own weird rules. So, okay, you now have in your possession 1 demon grinder.
Yes.
Yeah. So, generally speaking, they are as I showed you. This one particularly has like kind of like a BattleBots style clamp in the front and a BattleBots style wrecking ball in the back. These are essentially BattleBots. I know the whole Mad Max Fury Road thing feels like that's what we want to say, but come on, these are BattleBots.
Hell yeah.
For 2 seconds, my brain went to Metabots. You said Metabots.
Same thing to me.
That's the one that Karloff was working on too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's
I'm attached.
Yep. Especially because you used your own bits of magics to cure some of the what was ailing it.
Karloff is just hugging one of the wheels and saying, "I love her. She's beautiful."
I guess that one.
Wonderful.
It's gotta be this one.
Maybe we can borrow one of those mail order imps to test out some of the weapons.
Oh, you mean my red caps? I already heard how you started trouble with them, but you didn't start too much, and the fact that I didn't necessarily hear about it makes me like it all the more. In fact, the only reason why I'm offering up this big beefy one here is because of how much you helped everybody. Oh, Mickey would not shut up about how much he likes you.
Oh.
Oh,
I assume like, yeah. Hey, brother.
And he's like, kind of gives you Chewbacca style hugs and things like that.
No.
Let's kind of dig into your brand new ride. There's a couple of various very important things to decide as Chukka, Clonk, Pins and Needles, and Barnabas and everyone kind of is floating around. Who the stations are: Helm, Chomper, Wrecking Ball, and 2 harpoon flingers. Most importantly, who is going to drive and steer your new demon grinder?
Can I drive?
I mean, yeah. Like,
That's where I was like, I'll
Yeah.
to drive it, and I'm fully here
listen,
for that.
what's it called if I just want to tie a rope around my waist and then tie it and like leap off onto other vehicles if we're fighting with them? Like,
So yeah, that means you
Wheels
probably
put you on the wrecking ball.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the way that the rules are written is basically to use one of the stations, you have to be take your action to use it, right? Some of them grant partial cover and things like half cover things. Most of them seem to do that, which is nice. But you can totally take actions to jump from yours to the next for whatever reason. Like the Chomper is supposed to just like rip parts of the other war machines apart, so that can also slow them down and stuff like that. The Wrecking Ball, same idea, just bashes it, and if you wanted to eventually like kind of pimp your ride, you could switch out the Wrecking Ball for a Claw Hammer and things like that, because you kind of are looking around of stuff like that. Maggie isn't offering to do it now because it's whatever. So yeah, if you have proficiency with land vehicles. You basically are able to add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks and saving throws, but it's used with the scores of the demon grinders. That's kind of fun. What about the rest of you? What station do you want to be on? This isn't like a hard and fast thing, but I think this is a fun, classic sort of who is the Scotty, who is the Jones, who is the
Yes.
Wrecking Ball. I don't know. Like,
I feel like Beef would like to operate the grinder portion, the chomper.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I feel like that fits narratively.
So
Beef
probably
jumper.
on the top.
Being Beef.
Yeah. So Karloff is probably somewhere. So you got the teeth in the front, and then there's like a little spike thing in the middle, and then there's like a hump. Karloff would be like in that little hump there.
Thanks.
And then the chomper is probably controlled a little bit behind that little like. It looks to me like a seashell, maybe. I don't really know. So you kind of like get yourself right in there, Beef, and sort of push and pull on the levers there, and the chompers, and it's like it feels so satisfying. It's super cool as it's doing it. As you're kind of like
holy
testing
shit,
out.
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Sorry,
25.
I was looking at like the Wrecking Ball. Well, the Wrecking Ball I was looking at like
40?
8d8.
Yeah, that's a lot. It'll fuck something up, man.
Yeah.
As you're sort of like making the stuff move, you can see the engine, which is probably a little bit behind where Karloff's cockpit thing is. It's covered up with a lot of armor, but a little bit of the engine has to stick out a little bit, and it's glowing with a kind of a hellish light, and goes back and forth some occasionally to being green for a moment, and it's a little bit of there's a little bit of wailing going on inside there. Like, well, the engines run on those soul coins, so this one has a little bit of juice left. But if you run out, you're going to have to use one of the ones that you have in your pocket there, Two Swords.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Nice.
Are they refillable?
Oh, no. It's one of the few ways to truly destroy a soul is by putting it right there. That's right, baby. Each of these coins are filled with one genuine soul. And then our machines here consume souls. And those souls are completely destroyed. They'll shout a little bit from inside your engine as they're being ground down into energy. But that's not a big deal, right?
I mean, I feel like for my personal alignment, I gotta know, were they at least like dicks? Like, just tell me they were bad souls, please.
They're bad souls.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're bad people.
With both of her eyes. I'm sure good people wouldn't be made into soul coins. Am I right?
That's
Yeah,
true. Good people would not be made into soul coins.
that tracks.
Gnash, do you want to be one of the harpoons? That seems to be sort of
I actually do want to be one of the people. I was very thinking
quite
that.
on brand. And I bet Beef could do one of the Two Swords. You said you want to do the Wrecking Ball?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I bet
Karloff can go, or not Karloff.
Bear.
Bear can help out. Yeah.
I bet Bear could use the other one too with a decent enough chance.
I just imagine Pat as the barbarian, like singing Wrecking Ball while operating the Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, swinging it back.
Oh, they crossed my mind already. Don't worry. I don't know why I have this crazy urge to take my clothes off and get on that Wrecking Ball and swing around for a little bit.
Oh, honey, you can do it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is great.
Most
Celebrate your artistic
importantly,
freedom.
though, you need to name this vehicle. All the Avernian warlords, they name them.
Yes.
Ooh, tough one.
You don't have to do this right now. You can think about it, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
plant that seed.
She's beautiful, so we might have to think really hard about a name.
Plus, you want to hear her purr, I'm sure.
Yes.
Kitty.
So what? I do have one more question about the functionality of this vehicle and the soul coins. Is there a like a souls per mile rating for this? Like how
There is.
how far is 3 soul coins gonna get us?
15 miles.
It powers a machine for about 72 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Depending on if you've used one of the charges of the soul coins. Oh, did I not say that soul coins have charges? I forgot.
Whoa!
Oh, so there's multiple charges per coin.
Yes, they're 3. But putting a coin inside of the engine here immediately consumes them. But there's other things you can do. I've used it before to siphon away some of the soul's essence to heal myself. Oh boy, do they scream. You can also talk to the soul in case anything, has any helpful information. And she pulls another one out of her pocket and shakes it. This one doesn't. You can free them, but that's not going to do anything.
I'm ready to roll. I know we need to name this thing, but I'm ready to roll.
Is there any way we could get charges back, Boss Maggie?
I guess if you want to go to Mammon himself and see if you can charge it back up. But as far as I know, I don't mess with that stuff. No, thank you. I'd rather steal them.
Go to Mammon for more souls. Got it. Who's Mammon? I'll figure it out later. I'm sure it's not important.
He's in charge of third layer of Mineros.
Pat knows.
Your Pat.
Yeah, so
great suggestions in the chat on
Precious Revenge. That's funny.
Okay. You know what?
Guys, this is a family podcast now.
We're gonna name it after the hookup apps.
Yeah.
The LinkedIn, no.
Yes. So Mickey and all of them sort of put in the 2 weeks worth of food rations in the cargo area of the machine. They kind of show you how to work everything. You probably, I don't know, let's say you have 12, no, you have 10 harpoons per station. And you can maybe acquire more out on your adventure. So right now you have 20 total harpoons, and they sort of load some of the other gear and stuff like that into the trunk. As you all kind of climb on it, they help you sort of wheel it out of the hangar, because it is sort of on blocks, and this is the one that you were fixing, so it's not quite in the I'll just pop this thing in reverse and go state. So kind of they push it off a little bit, and now Karloff, you are now able to turn the magical key, so to speak, and roar out of here. Do you want to give it just a roll? I don't know.
Yeah.
Come through push to start.
Oh, that's a 3.
Okay. It roars to life and then sputters out. Give it another push.
Okay.
And the second time you get it, and it just screams to life somewhat. Those of you, Pat, it sounds like almost explicitly, because you're kind of closer to the engine there, as it glows with an otherworldly light, as you can kind of feel the trapped souls within the engine being consumed just a little bit more, and you're just in time for the gate to be lifted up. You kind of
ignore that.
You tear out of this little Fort Knucklebone situation. Yeah, it goes fast, as you saw before. That's goes.
I'd like to imagine it starts up with a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%, 1,000%.
Yeah.
It goes fast.
It's fast as fuck, and you guys are driving. And you're and then Lulu's flying around, and she kind of is sitting next to you, kind of as your co-pilot. Karloff, And then Lulu goes, "Oh
Jesus,
wow,
I can call it.
it's so funny. You already know where to go."
Oh, really? I was just going straight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you seem to be going the right direction.
Nice.
I'll tell you when to turn. I know where we're going now. I might need your help to figure out which direction to go, but I think we got it. And you kind of are peeling out as Lulu is looking around, make sure that she can kind of get the vibe of where you guys are going right now. And Lulu thinks she knows where she's going, and she thinks she's going to lead you right to the sort of Zario, which I think whips ass. And you're going for probably 15-20 minutes. The wind in your hair or your scales or what have you, it feels not nice, obviously, but every now and again it feels not horrible. There's bits of unfortunate like sand being kicked up to some of you, and the noise is just so loud where you are. Two Swords. I mean, it's not great up in the front, but these things are loud as shit. And you can see behind you from your station, Two Swords, just a huge plume of like dust being kicked out. So any bit of stealth has gone completely out the window. But now you are just whipping ass, tearing through the landscape. But then, bum, as you're going for just a little bit longer, a plume of red dust billows in the distance, created by a large, infernal war machine barreling in your direction. Its crew consists of boar-headed and rat-headed humanoids, all wearing goggles. It looks like the crusty gore version of the vehicle you have, but just covered in meat, is barreling its way towards you. And that's where we're going to end our session today.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Shit!
Frickin' frick. There's a bear man on it, and he's so cool looking. Not a bear man, a boar man, excuse me.
There's only one bear man in our lives.
Yeah.
But that's where we will end it, as you guys are tearing ass, whipping ass out of Fort Knucklebone, as what appears to be, from the previous descriptions, Raga Draga in the distance.
That motherfucker.
Hopefully, nothing bad happens there. I doubt.
Oh, Sir Newt.
I will show you on the map layer of where you're going and where you think you are.
Cool. While he's doing that, Kim, Sir Newt wants to know in the chat, you could integrate bear into the car. Like, why?
Yes.
Wait, it was like a Knight
He
Rider with
becomes
a
like
bear.
the AI brain of the car.
Yes. Oh my god, that would be sick as hell.
If you could drive it, like autopilot, just.
I imagine it like an Ava cockpit, like Karloff's
Yeah.
like plugged in. Can we say that as we drove away, we all waved at everybody?
Yeah,
and we had a
it's-
triple goodbye.
Really,
It- it's-
like this, just really like
Yeah.
bye.
It's a tearful sort of goodbye.
Fun storm in the castle.
All right, so I'm updating the map right now to let you know. Okay,
Oh.
so you are going to what Lulu is describing to you, called Harmons Hill.
Nice.
You're gonna have to get across the river, but we'll deal with that later.
Ramp.
We could jump it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, sometimes there's places you can kind of afford it and stuff like that. And the K there is Knucklebone. That's where you kind of feel like you are. And then El Terrell, more or less of what you think from before, as you get like just a peek of it as you've gone on. And you're probably there-ish, that hill just outside, when Ragadraga is attacking you. So now you actually have a map that is somewhat helpful. The fact that Lulu knows where you're going should be good, and since the map barely works, someone knowing what something is inherently makes it work better. if that
Are
makes
we
sense.
drawing on the sentient map?
Oh yeah.
No. That was just for me. That was, if that's what you want to do, okay, maybe, but
It just screams.
Don't touch me. But that is where we're going to end today. Next week, we'll find out what happens with these two zany car friends. So go ahead and plug what you can plug, my beautiful friends.
Hell yeah. You can find me on Twitter at KimCatties. That's at KYMCATTYS. You can also listen to me and Tim talk about Naruto. It's fun on Naruto Rito. You can also listen to me yell about anime on Transformation Sequence, which is an anime podcast with me and my cutie husband and our friend Vent. Also, Love to Hate's podcast, where we talk about things we love, things we hate. And Wintercrest podcast is a Monster Hearts real play podcast. And also, just want to interject, I really hope this turns into a wacky racist situation next time.
Some of the
Yes, wacky racist.
Yeah.
Beef has to be Penelope Pip stop.
Yes.
You can check Brett and I out on Let's Rewatch, the Let's Rewatch podcast, where we watch movies we loved in our youth and see if they're still any good. Killing your nostalgia, one movie at a time. I know Brett hates that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And follow me on Twitter at Brett Eagles. I put it in the chat. I'm not gonna do an infomercial, but I am selling a very special merch from a guest appearance I did on Scruffy Nerfers Star Wars podcast. So hit me up on Twitter, and I've got like 10 of them.
Our whole Let's Rewatch cast played a crew of like mercenaries, smugglers, basically, scumbags in the Star Wars universe, and we found ourselves with a lot of drugs to sell. So we went to Space Firefest to sell all the drugs.
Hell yeah.
And I turned it into
created a multi-level marketing scheme in the process.
Yep. And so this is the product, Spice Water.
Yeah.
Addictively refreshing.
I love it. I'll take 10.
Yeah. And I'll drop a link. Said it last week. I apologize in advance for me saying this every single time for the next 2 months. But the Red Opera, you can go to the Kickstarter pre-launch page.
Woo!
It looks so cool.
And sign up to put your email in there. So, you're not committing anything. You're just saying, I want my email in there. I'll get notified, and you can check out the rewards. They're really cool. I'm working on them right now, too, as we speak. Like some of the cool stretch goals and things we've got, extra adventures in the settings of where this world takes place and all of that, and some cool merch.
One of the
cool
stretch
events.
goals is a shirtless picture of Pat doing the flexing.
That's only if we do I think that'll be like the 150. 100.
Nice.
Don't tempt me. I'll make that happen.
Yes. So check out the Red Opera, and there'll be more stuff coming with that in the near future.
Tight. I'm excited. I'm freaking out.
Hell yeah. Listen, you can follow me anywhere. You can stalk your exes, as I've said many times before. I'm at Josh Sketh across all mediums. I don't have anything to plug yet. Maybe I'll figure something out. It'll be lit. I take pictures of people. Maybe I'll start leaking those.
Yes.
Listen, I'm just out here having a great time, smelling bad, looking at heinous TikToks.
That's good to me, I guess. But stay sane out there too. You don't want to only consume the number of heinous TikToks you can personally handle. Josh is a master, so don't necessarily.
Yeah, I'm a professional heinous consumer. I'm like the Jackass crew of consuming terrible content. I can just keep doing it. But if you're not a professional, just pace yourself, breathe. Turn the phone off every once in a while. Take a nap. Go to sleep. Right.
Take a walk. Cool beans. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We will not be having Gapcast stream tonight, unfortunately. We decided we had an episode in the bank, and since most of the cast has birthdays around right now, including Jennifer's birthday being directly today. And, and also some rude puppies who kept certain dungeon masters awake much of the night. Felt like usually we only skip recording if something bad happens, and we're like, wait, we can skip recording if for just a neutral reason of like I'm sleepy and it's a birthday, so it works out to a neutral reason. So no stream tonight. We'll see you guys next week for both the Happy Hell Hour and Gapping Cast and Friends. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.